was diagnosed actually twice. Once in 2003, and I had the double mastectomy with reconstruction, and then diagnosed again in 2005.
It was 2008. It was a lot of stuff going in my mind and thinking about it, how they're gonna treat me.
I was diagnosed in September of 2009, and then I had my treatment over a period of months, and I finished chemo and radiation and a lumpectomy all by May of 2010. So I'm a 5-year survivor. So when I first found out, I was kind of in denial because I didn't really think I had risk factors for breast cancer.
Fear went through my mind when I was first diagnosed. Shock. Didn't expect it.
Gosh, I just want to die. That side effects were really horrible.
The second diagnosis required chemotherapy and radiation. And that was kind of fear of the unknown.
Chemo, it was too hard to take it, but I remember the first shot is a white shell shot. Gosh, that was so horrible. I can't sit down in one place. I have to move it. I can't even sleep because of pain. Like I feel like a boggy crawling all over inside my body, and then pain. Every joint is pain.
For me, after chemotherapy, it was almost like going into a tunnel, because during that time, that was the worst time. Right after your chemo, you kind of go into a dark place because you feel really bad, and then you start to come out of it, and you know pretty soon it's time to go back in. But my motivation were my children. I knew that I had to be there for them and my husband. He was very, very supportive, and so were they. And so that was my motivation. I never had a moment where I didn't think I was going to survive, because I knew I was going to do all that I had to do to be a survivor.
Amen.
I would always advise newly diagnosed women to find someone to speak with so that you are kind of prepared for what you're about to go through. And my oncologist set me up with a group of ladies who were able to give me some insight on what to expect and what I needed to do to take care of myself so that I could come through it with the least amount of difficulty. So when I went to lunch with the ladies, they were very, very informative in that allowed me to ask the questions that I needed the answers to. And they just gave me a lot of different tips of information that really helped me along the way.
I like to give advice for the other women, the breast cancer women. Need to be active and don't stay home, just lay down thinking about, I am a breast cancer patient and worry everything, whole lot work. But just go out, whatever you like to do. But I like to do, one thing is bad, in South Carolina I don't have a mountain. I have to drive up there. But I love the mountain, walking, and I like the walking outside yard, pull the weeds, pull out the, flowers. One thing they made me a strong mind is my two little girls, and I have a old-age husband. He's a really nervous guy. He's loving care about me.
Okay, so for newly diagnosed people, and we do, the breast cancer support group I'm part of, we do deal with a lot of newly diagnosed people. So usually the first thing I say is that, you didn't choose cancer, but you can choose your response to cancer. So you can either, have a positive attitude about it and, stay positive, or you can dwell on the negative. I have a close friend who was diagnosed with breast cancer about 5 years before me. And so I had kind of helped her get through that. Our daughters were in middle school, and so there was a lot of the carpooling and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, and then she got to return the favor about 5 years later. So, you know, that was real important because it's somebody that's gone through it knows, you know, can really support you in a different way. And then the other thing was my breast cancer support group, which I got connected with really early on. I met them just kind of serendipity in a jewelry store while I was changing a watch battery, and they just happened to be there doing an event, and they saw my drain bag. I had just had my lumpectomy, and so really even during treatment I was getting support from other women in the group with breast cancer.
I always pray to the God, and my pastor visiting me every day, and he visit me and the Bible message, pray. This was strong.
Because of my faith, I kind of was asking what God had in this journey for me, you know, not just, and I think that's sometimes hard for people to do when they're going through treatment because they're so self-focused. But, you know, at some point, and it'll be a different point for different people, I think to really think about what you can do with the journey to help others. And I just really felt strongly that God was prompting me, even as I was having chemo, and looking around at people sitting there and seeing the difference with people's attitudes, that I really wanted to come back and talk to people while they were going through the journey and give them, you know, more hopes.
But life after breast cancer is back to normal.
2015, March 8th.
I definitely think it's changed me, and probably more in a positive way, closer to God and, you know, to my family and to some of my friends. And so overall I consider it kind of a positive. And of course, since I'm cancer free, I consider that positive too.
너무 행복해요. 그리고 암 치료 다 끝나서 나는 암하고 이겼다. I'm so happy.
So I did it. I fought like a girl and I won the fight.
So I did it. I won the fight, and I can join the ranks of a lot of other cancer survivors who are cancer free.